Hello, hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to look at City Skylines on Xbox Series X. This is one of actually the biggest city I have with 293,000 currently, and it goes up to about 96 in this episode. In this city I have the 4 industries, as well as the 4 different parks and 1 university. Those are all from the DLC that have been released. Right here is actually the first highway section I began with, so it went down this way, and then I just went from side to side, residential, commercial, industrial. That's my normal method, and it's always cool to see where I start and then what it's turned into, as you can see in my other episodes. I've been working on the city for about 2 years now, on and off. Started on PC and then went to Xbox, and when I went to Xbox, this was the first one I have been working on. I also have 2 other ones with about 120,000 people each, so I might show that one later. This is one of the 4 industries that I have made in this map. This one is oil, and as you can see, it goes to plastics and petrol, and then those can go to further factories, which I'm going to show a little bit later. It's very cool how it breaks it down for you so you can see the profit and expenses. These are just tanks for the crude oil. There's a couple different factories. You can see I have it rank 5. This is one of the places that a whole bunch of parts go to. So timber, plastics, glass, metals turned into a ship, and then you can get lots of money from that. There's a few of them throughout this map. You'll notice I have a bunch of skulls appearing. That's usually due to just a death wave coming up. That'll happen. Don't freak out when you see that. It'll go away over time as long as you have crematoriums or graveyards. So hearses will come and pick up the dead people. I usually just increase this all the way up to 150%. That way it goes away quicker. Because I don't really like the look of it, just seeing skulls all over the place. But it's up to you guys. This one over here is ore. I always forget where the main office is. There's one main office per industry. So the other one was oil that we just looked at. This one's ore. So ore goes to glass and metals. And you can see currently it's negative $724, which is common. You're gonna have negative money at times, and sometimes it'll skyrocket. I think this one's the least amount of money that I make, or least profitable. So it's kind of mixed up with other industries. This one over here is lumber. I'm definitely making a lot of money on this one, I know that. So it's raw materials and then 22,000. So that's a pretty good number to have coming in on your account. Provides lots of jobs too. And the lumber industry reaches out all over to here, as well as other warehouses and factories to build stuff. And over here is the farming one. Right here's the, oh no, this is a warehouse. It's this one. This is the one. This is the main building. So 28,000 too. So that's a little bit better than my lumber one. So crops, animal products, and other stuff. It's kind of cool seeing it. They're all currently level 5. Got those ones up pretty quick. Takes time. And in this menu here, we'll take a look at the natural resources. Actually, let's look at the traffic first. So here, even in this map with almost 300,000 people, there's 83% traffic flow. Again, keep in mind, I've got rid of traffic lights, so it's not going to be as low as it should be, I would say. If there's traffic lights enabled everywhere, I have maybe 70% is my guess. But if you just scroll down a bit, this tab is the natural resources, so you can see where the resources is. As you can see, I don't have ore or oil anymore. Those are the two resources that actually get depleted. No, but forest and fertile land will always stay there, so that's something to keep in mind whenever you're looking for a place or an area to make your industry. So here's the industry tab, so forest, farm, or oil. And then the factories in this one, or warehouses, sorry, where you keep the stuff. And then this is the factory, so all the stuff where those resources go to make you money. If it's got those stars on it, that means I've built it. Um, most of them are really big, so I couldn't really make all of them in this tight area because you only have 9 tiles on Xbox, so it's a little limiting to how much stuff you can put. As you can see, I have jam-packed stuff even right next to the airport, which the city skylines people don't like it. You can see that icon there with the sickness because they're right next to the airport hearing planes all the time. These smiley faces happen usually because there's a sports event that just happened at this university. This is the only university I have. There's university, community college, and I think a trade school. All the same thing, but just different section pretty much in the education. So I just have this one, and it's right next to the fishing farm, which probably doesn't smell the greatest for the guys. Yeah, it looks like some of the trains. So right here, there's a cargo hub with the train, and then this is an actual train station for people to come to, but it looks like I've got a little backlogged here. I might have to change that up a bit. Well, it doesn't look too bad actually. It's not coming everywhere, so I'll just leave that. This over here is my little outskirt village. Got kind of overwhelmed fairly quickly. This is one of the national parks I have. There's a couple different park sections that you can get. So, oh, sorry, nature reserve. So you can see these ones usually don't make me money. I've found if you increase the ticket price too much, a lot of people just don't come anyways. But so I don't really care. It didn't really make me too much money anyways. This is the other one that I have. I think I have all four. This one is the park. So just like a leisure park. The other one was a nature reserve. And then I have another one kind of up here. This is a zoo down over here. So this is the front entrance. And as well with this one, I'm not making any money. It just looks kind of cool. So, and it was new at the time for me, so I wanted to build all of them just to see what they're like. And then over here is my amusement park. So a whole bunch of rides and fun things for the City Skyline people to do. And again, not making any money. So you'll notice all those skull icons have gone away now. It can be quicker than that sometimes, or not as quick if you don't have this revved amp to 150%. So now I'm going to turn it down. You might notice a few of them still pop up here and there, but it should be good now until the next death wave, which always happens. It's just a matter of time. Here's my spaghetti highway that runs right through the city. I didn't have that to begin with. Added that later on because I noticed too much traffic going out and around. So I figured I'd make one just go right down the middle. Whenever I see a fire, I like to make sure the firefighters can get to it in a timely manner. Aside from that, it'll just keep on spreading and destroying places or commercial or businesses. So look, there's one that's coming up. You can see the flashing lights. So we should be fairly good for this area. You'll notice the money and the resident numbers keep on fluctuating, going negative, positive, negative, positive. It's just because it's so large and so many things going on. So it's pretty common, but overall it goes up, which is the important thing. Also notice that I'm pretty much jam-packed now for building stuff. The best way for me to increase population now is to pretty much de-zone these light green areas, so the small houses, and make the big condos because they can hold more people. So you'll notice the population number going way negative into thousands because I'm pretty much deleting people. Uh, as long as the demand's good, I can continue to make the dark green or the big condo buildings, and then that way it'll shoot back up and try to get to 300,000. So if you click X and then A really quick, you can usually re-highlight the whole thing. If you wait a bit, it'll break it up into sections because it'll populate it with whatever it wants, like another building. And you can do the same thing with commercial actually too. So there's a light blue and dark blue. So lower density commercial, high density commercial, or skyscrapers is what I like to call it. So I'll change those two as long as the demand's there. So the cool thing about Xbox is if you need to delete something, and in this case I want to delete something because there's an abandoned building. If you click X to delete and then you hold Y, you can see there's a little selection of what you want, what you can delete. So if you choose abandoned buildings, then you can just delete abandoned buildings, which is very useful because you'll notice that they're usually clumped together. So here I can just do right or left on the D-pad to increase the size of the circle, and whatever's in the circle I can delete. It's very convenient. Kind of wish they brought it on PC, but so far I haven't seen a way how to do it, at least without mods, and I don't usually use mods. And look at that, the death wave is coming back again, or people are just dying in general, which will happen when you have a huge city. In this section here, you can actually run graphs and try to compare it with different things to see if they have a correlation to each other or like a pattern with each other. I think in a future episode I might do a disaster episode on this one where I send like meteorites or tsunamis, lightning, tornadoes, things like that. I think that might be pretty cool to see the destruction happen in the city. So if you click the double window button on the controller, you go into the special camera mode where you can see the visually appealing mode, kind of like what I showed on my last episode of City Skylines. Pretty much, so you don't see any of that clutter. You can always select your different areas that you want. I usually just do a big square. I think in one of my other Xbox ones I have it as like a big rectangle on my snow map. I can show that another day. So we got up to 296,000 people. It's pretty good. A little difficult to get that number up there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.